welcome guys to watch our videos about the post-secondary education system about in Hong Kong. First of all, I would like to make you have a brainstorm about yourself. We have three questions. Think about your future careers. Please list out your three favorable future jobs. You can use the paper and the pen to drop down which favorable jobs you want to do, and you have to think about your examination results, how you're taking the DSE or the IB examinations. So you are required to think about your personal situations, about your family, economic, financial situations, and your religious, and even though your personal language, are you able to speak fluent Cantonese or just normal Cantonese? So let's talk about our talk now. First of all, we'll introduce some diploma, associate degree, high diploma, and the top-up degrees. And even though the UGC degree, we also have a briefly to introduce it. So we would like to make all of you guys to acknowledge about the Hong Kong qualification framework. We have 7 levels of the qualification framework. For the upper levels is the daughters. For the lowest level is the kindergartens or primary school levels. So actually, when you already finished your secondary school education, you may got the level 3s in the QF levels, and after you have to study the associate degree or high diploma, and then to take the bachelor degrees, and the QF level will be the 4 and the 5. So that is the list for you to get it out, because most of the companies will, the human resource, they will screen it, the candidates by these QF level selections. So let's talk about the Hong Kong DSE. If you take the DSE, so if your best 5 levels are lower than 10 marks, you have to study the diplomas if you want to study. And if you obtain at least best 5 levels, 2, you may study about the associate degree or higher diplomas in the coming futures. If your best 5 marks around 15 to 20s, you can consider about the courses up in self-finance degree or some private college which holded some top degrees. So if your mark more than 19s or uppers, consider to apply the UGC degree through the JUPAS. Let's talk about the diploma firstly. Diploma is the lowest higher education levels for the people who are not finished his secondary school educations or who didn't got a very good result DSE examinations. So they require to study about the diplomas, and this is the content about the diplomas, which contains Chinese, English, mathematics, and liberal studies. You have to require to study. Associate degree is about you have to study about academic developments in your futures, and the higher diploma is related to your career development, especially the engineers, information technologies, elderly care, health services, and some design and business jobs. The associate degree is tending to people who are interested about the medical science, religious, social science, and the physical training. Like the associate degree and the higher diploma, they obtained the QF4 level, so you don't need to worry about it. It is higher than the levels diplomas, and you have to pay 2 years for these courses tuition fee. You can apply the grant loans if you have a financial crisis or financial poor, that you can apply for the government. So we will also talk about the SSSBP programs, which is the top-up degree and the self-finance degree is funded by the government. So mostly the government put all these kind of the courses related to some professional fields like nurse, tourism, design, sports management, quality supervision, and logistics. So let's talk about the degrees and top degrees. Let's say the degree firstly, and we will have a 8 to 9 university that is government supported. Firstly, like the CTU, BUs, LU, and HKU. So there are around 8 to 9 degrees that are the schools that provide that courses. So all of the UGC degree require you to study around 4 years. For some professional field like the medical and nurse, they require you study around 5 to 6 years because of the placement in the hospitals. For the self-finance degree, it is mostly for the associate degree or the higher diplomas graduated candidates. So It's just using your 2 more years for studying about your self-finance degree if you are not studying year 1. In fact, the UGC degree is more valuable than the top degrees and self-finance degree because of the quality of the UGC degree is much more better because they are certified financial supported by the government. So their lecturers and the doctors have a better qualification for the lessons. We also talk about another career and education pathway. If you want to study with the education colleges, so I think the kind of the items that you can choose, like the CIC trade test in the construction, working places, and the aircraft maintenance technicians, which is cooperate with the private companies, and healthcare assistant training courses is provided by Vital Authority NGO. See that so if you have any questions about your career path, how to planning, how is it your education you want to study it in your futures, or you want to have build up your professional field in education studying, so you can find me. I'm Calvin. Our WhatsApp is so you can check it out if you have any questions. So thank you for all of you guys listening our presentations, and hope you have a great result in the coming DSE with examinations. Thank you.